Stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grande.
We are acutely aware of the dynamics of debt in a higher rate environment and are actively and aggressively proposing measures to do something about that.
Oh, yeah. And the measurements are this. If you remember, last year, Yellen, who looks to Paul Krugman for her advice, said that debt has no relevance as it puts no strain on the economy. That's what they're working on, nothing. But let's talk about something that's really serious today. There's going to be a lot of people who are going to be disappointed. I've been in this business for 50 years, and I never seen anything like this. Now, people are going nuts. They really think they're out there buying stocks thinking, this is over. We're going to have a very soft landing. Rates aren't going to go up again. Who said that? Well, it's the fake Business News Network. I want to hear that from Powell. He didn't say that. The only reason this market is rallying is because we now have 2 rate pauses. That's it. Rates are going to go back up. The target is 2% inflation. We're at 3.2 or whatever it is now. And this is crazy. Rates have to go up. And the other thing, they're trying to make it sound like the market, like it's magical. Like it's magical. The market's screwed up. The market breadth is terrible, meaning we have few stocks that are participating in this market. That's really dangerous. And it's getting worse. When you have just 7 companies out of 500 keeping a market afloat, you know how dangerous that is? You know what that's bearish market sentiment, but they don't tell you that. Everything's always Goldilocks. When you have a divergence between the market's direction and the breadth, that means that indicator can signal any moment a sell, a big sell, a market reversal. And that's what's hanging over our head. Nobody said. When I mean somebody, I want someone to come out and say this. Okay, we made it. We're going to send a bill through. No more are we going to raise the debt ceiling. We're not going to do that. And we're going to sign a bill that we're never again going to spend more money. The president's promised and Congress has promised they'll never spend more money than the tax revenue coming in. That's what has to be done. In the meantime, if they're going to just keep spending, and that's what people don't understand. They don't get that. They're going to keep spending. And we keep running deficits because they keep spending more than we take in tax revenue. When you run deficits, what happens? They have to be paid the deficits. So how do they pay it? Well, they print money instead of borrowing money, because now they're going to pay higher rates because our rating has been cut from a AAA to a AA. But my point is that you have a dangerous market. Now, we're participating in the market. In fact, I said in October we're going to have one last big rally before this thing collapses. One last rally. In fact, I said in October, I sent out an alert. I sent 3 of them. And one I sent out, said, you got to start buying now. This is early October 27th, I think it was. I said, start buying tech stocks, start buying tech stocks, start buying bank stocks. They're going to use those 2 stocks to rally the hell out of this market. And that's what they're doing. And then they lie to you and they say, well, the reason the market's doing so well is because of earnings. Earnings? A handful of stocks are giving us earnings. And returns? They say, oh, we got great returns. No, we don't. Returns of 8%? 8%. The average is usually 12 to 13%. But let's take the returns. Who's participating in those returns, the 8%? 7 companies are contributing 72% of the 8%. Think about that, how dangerous that is. That's insane. So you have 7 of these magnificent 7 stocks, and you really only have 2 that are really doing a contribution. They're doing all. Meta is up 150%. Nvidia is up 179%. Apple 32%. Google 41%. Microsoft 41%. Tesla 63%. But let's go back to Meta 150% and Nvidia 179%. They're the ones that are contributing. 2 stocks are really doing all the contribution. So yeah, we had an 8%. We had an 8% return. We had a rally of about 19%. And we had a return of 8%. But the 8%, all that is coming from a couple companies. Do you know how dangerous that is? And nobody came out and said, as I said, no one came out and said, okay, that's it. We're never going to spend more money than we take in tax revenue. That's what you got to hear. Or you better be prepared for one of the biggest crashes ever. But no one wants to tell you the truth. The fake business network, remember what their job is. Their job, their goal is to enrich their advertisers. Fox Business News, their goal is to enrich their advertisers. CNBC, their job is to enrich their advertisers. So the fake business network, their job is to create an illusion of prosperity and optimism and belief and hope. And when they come out and tell you, wow, what a great market this is, that this is it. This is it now. We're doing fine. We're going to have a soft landing. We're not going to raise rates again. Well, none of that's true. How can you not raise rates? How can you not raise rates again? Impossible. So this whole rally is a financially engineered rally for the end of the year. And you had the moon, the stars, the sun all lined up perfect. I told my members this. I told my members this back in late September this was going to happen. And everything was lining up perfect. We just finished the earnings season as we're going into this rally. You got everything just lining up perfect for this head fake rally. That's all it is. It's a big head fake rally. And when you got just a few stocks, all these tech stocks doing all the heavy lifting, people really believe it. They're going nuts. Now, we participated. We're doing well. Our tech stocks, we're up about an average of 17%, 15 to 17%. Our bank stocks about the same. And we bought those stocks back in October, let's see, on October 31, we bought some bank stocks. I have them right here. Here we go, October 27th, we bought tech stocks, Microsoft, Apple. We bought AMD. We bought Nvidia. We bought Meta. Banks, we bought that same day. And I sent them an alert, said, start buying, because these are what's going to push the market up. We bought JP Morgan. We bought Bank of America. We bought Goldman Sachs. We bought Citi, Wells Fargo. And that's what's been pushing up this market. That's what's going up. But you got to be ready for this. This market's going to turn around and drop like a flying monkey. And you got to be prepared for it. And you need to understand what the signals are. What the, when's this thing turn? You better now. Don't listen. You listen to these guys, you're never going to catch it. You're going to get caught.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande of philsgang.com. Over the years, I've successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. Become a Phil's Gang member. and receive the training, the advice, and the software that will take your investing to the next level. You know, I have a team comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records, and the Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy, when to sell, when to hold, when to run like hell, even short. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. You don't have to be a seasoned investor to benefit from Phil's Gang and platform. No matter what level investor you are, my strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for the 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Avoid market pitfalls and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
If you want to invest your money and grow your wealth, listen to this.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You know, I get so tired of listening to the same garbage every day, listening to the fake business news network telling you why you should buy this stock, why you should buy, and they're always wrong. Join my gang, philsgang.com, free for 10 days. You're going to learn when to buy a stock and when not to buy a stock. Hey, years ago it was different. You could buy a stock based on fundamentals. You could buy a stock based on earnings. You could buy a stock based on PE ratios. Those days are gone. That ended with QE. That ended when they financially engineered the market in 2008. Gone. Now you got to follow the money. And we have the knowledge because we have the chart. Pro 2 color-coded chart tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to run like hell.
For a limited time, you can join Phil's Gang free for 10 days.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Get the truth, get the knowledge, and understand how the market really works.
What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grande and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264. When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day it goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners or shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. When you listen to the advice of Phil Grande at philsgang.com, you'll find investing in the stock market makes sense with the right guidance.
People keep saying to me, boy, things are hard, things are tough. Boy, the market's really screwed up. And I don't agree with them. For us here at Phil's Gang, we make it so it's simple. It doesn't matter if the market's bad or good. We consistently do well because we make it simple. And just like for my listeners on the radio or on the internet or my podcast, we make it simple. We try to break it down so you really understand why the market is going up or why there's continued inflation or why the bank rates are going up. So you understand, especially yields. The most important thing to understand how yields work. Just what we do. We work hard at it.
Trusted advice, easy to understand strategies that will make you a better investor. Get all the details at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
The biggest problem we think for the equity market here is our expectations for 3 to 4 cuts next year.
3 to 4 cuts. See, that's another reason why people are running to this market. Oh, they're going to have cuts. We're going to have 3-4 cuts. Who said that? How can you have 3-4 cuts when inflation is still rampant? See, people don't get where inflation comes from. It's not magic. When you keep spending, the government keeps spending more money than you take in, that's a deficit. You have to pay for that deficit. You have to print money or borrow money. That's where your inflation comes from. Also, we got terrible inflation we never fixed is from our energy. Biden's killing us on energy. He's killing us. He's destroying our energy. We're not energy independent. That's where a lot of our inflation comes from. Groceries, remember, they keep saying how, this is interesting, they keep talking about how inflation's coming down. Well, prices aren't coming down. Here, I think I have a cut on that. Where's that cut? Right here.
The issue in speaking with people all over the country, they want prices to go back to pre-pandemic levels. I mean, I think that's it. They're not looking for the rate of inflation to come down. Yeah. All they know is that McDonald's used to be $10, now it's $20. Their car insurance used to be $1,000 a year, now it's $2,000 a year. People want to go back to the prices before the pandemic, and it's never going to happen.
Yeah, remember, inflation, a number, it's just a number. It's just a number. And it's a lie. Inflation's not 3.2%. You know that. I know that. Go to the grocery store. If we dug up J.P. Morgan, he's second the motion. It's a lie. Inflation's about 13% or more. You're not going to get inflation to come down when you got the White House spending more money than it takes in tax rate. That's simple. Not going to happen. You're not going to get rate cuts. Are you kidding? People are going to be really disappointed. I mean, they've been really buying into this crap. I mean, this is unbelievable. And people are jumping in the stock market like, oh, this is it. We're on the way. Let's buy again. Let's buy Microsoft again. Why the hell we just have 2 stocks, throw the rest of them out? People are going to get slaughtered. They have no idea what's going on. This is crazy.
The real problem is that over nearly 3 full years of his tenure, people aren't better off. The standard of living has stagnated. They know he had inherited an economy that was growing at 6.5%. He didn't get any better growth. Their incomes haven't gone up, and they're not happy about it.
Incomes aren't going up. Inflation keeps going up, not down. Inflation's not contracting. And when you get these numbers from the government, inflation is contracting, it's a bold-faced lie. We all know that. Look, to try it, once you get inflation out of the barn, man, it is tough to get it back in. You got to fight it. You got to raise rates, and I mean raise them, not just 25. Oh, it's transitory. Remember when they started out? It's transitory. 25. They should have been there. Bam, bam, bam. Put them up 5, 6, 7 points. Break the back of inflation. They're not doing that. Inflation's getting worse, not better. We just have a bunch of liars in the media who work directly with Washington, who work directly with the White House. I mean, come on. It's a game. Anybody knows what all person knows. He doesn't know about inflation. That's right. He doesn't. But he knows when he goes to the store, he's getting screwed. When he picks up a bag of potato chips and 3/4 of it's there, and a month ago half of it was there, now 3/4 there, he knows. He knows he's getting screwed. People are smart. They know they know inflation's not 3.2%. They know that. And they also know something's wrong. If inflation's coming down, why aren't my prices coming down? Well, I told you yesterday, one thing is the government works for the large corporations. Government doesn't want prices coming down. No, they don't, because they're scared to death. If people sit back and say, you know what, I'm not going to buy that boat until prices come down, or if they say, I'm not going to buy that mattress until prices come down, when they sit back waiting for prices to come down, disinflation, you're screwed that way too. So they're petrified. See, they don't want you sitting back and waiting to buy something after prices go. I think I'll let prices go down a little bit more, but they're not coming down. They're not coming down. And that's what they're really worried about. So they're working with corporations, telling corporations, especially food, and especially the grocery stores, which have big lobbies. They're just like the NRA, and they're working directly with the White House and the Democrats and the Republicans. They're not going to bring prices down on food. I mean, the lying is incredible. Listen to this.
Why do you think Bidenomics is not, or maybe the polls are just wrong?
Oh, yeah, polls
First
are wrong.
of all, wage growth has not kept up with the rising costs of so many basic things.
That's right. Wages aren't going up. Inflation's higher than wage. Let's talk about this. Think about this, after all. When we had a rally from that 2008 to 2022, and everybody thought, wow, this is it, we're on our way, right? It didn't last, did it? No. We dropped from that January 2022 down to that magical October 13. Remember that? Remember, we dropped 25%. 25%. And why did we drop? Because, again, rates were going up. Rates were going up. Nobody cares about earnings. They say, well, we had good earnings. Look at the S&P. Well, the S&P had great earnings. The S&P is $240 a share. Wow, that's great. They're strong. Who cares? It's interest. It's yields. Who the hell cares if the S&P per share is $240? Who cares if inflation went from 3.2 to 3.1. Do you really think somebody last week when they came out and said inflation dropped 0.1%? Did you hear everybody in the supermarkets around the country going, yeah, this is it, yeah? Everybody screaming out the window, wow, look at this, hey, inflation's coming down, look, I can buy a head of cabbage now for a lot less. No. This is all crap. It's an illusion. It's an illusion. But you know what? The only way you can beat this illusion is to follow the footprint of money. That's what we do here every day. So you're never wrong. You're never wrong. You're always following the footprint instead of following the crap. We'll be right back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. When the stock market is volatile, how do you invest intelligently?
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. There's no need for you to be panicking in a market that goes up 800 points one day, 700 points, then it goes down again. All you need is good advice, need good direction. You don't get that from your CNBC and the Fox Business and all these crazy shows. You don't. Here's what you get from them. Thank you, Jim Cramer. But this is something this really bugs me. Listen to this.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What? Their responsibility is to their partners and shareholders and not to you? Check my site out, philsgang.com.
When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need the experience of Phil Grande at philsgang.com.
What a difference it makes in your financial life. philsgang.com. It works.
There's nothing better than learning from the experts, especially when it comes to investing your hard-earned money.
Hi, this is Phil Grande, host of Phil's Gang Radio Show. At Phil's Gang and philsgang.com, I have one goal in mind: to help you become a skilled investor in the stock market and find your financial freedom. With the Working Investor Program, you will learn what Wall Street doesn't want you to know. You'll develop skills like selling short and how to profit, even in a stock market crash. This is the real world investing information that will give you the edge to be successful in the stock market. No gimmicks, just real strategies, and I'll make the offer even better with a 10-day free trial of the Working Investor Program.
Once you're in the gang, you're in the know. And with the free 10-day trial of the Working Investor Program, there's no reason not to give it a try.
Become a Phil's Gang member and reclaim your financial freedom. Go to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
I signed up, and I've learned an incredible amount from Phil and Steve. The staff at Phil's Gang gives platinum-level service and stock recommendations. You know, it's as simple as that. At the end of a month or so, I've always been in the black. Phil's Gang is a class act. I'm happy to be a member.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. To be a successful investor, you need to stay current with the daily changes in the economy and the stock market. Phil Grande and philsgang.com can be your guide to becoming a better investor. Try the free 10-day trial at philsgang.com for the working investor. From the opening bell to the closing, stay informed with what's happening in real time. The Working Investor Program includes full access to the Phil's Gang website, a morning update on what to look for that day on Wall Street, a market wrap on that day's trading, plus seminars, training, and tools to help you become a better investor. Go to philsgang.com for a free 10-day trial. After that, it's just $59.95 a month for membership, daily updates, training, software, and the best investing advice every day. You can invest with the best. Phil Grande and philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. philsgang.com.
What, are you nuts? If the stock market can make you so rich, especially Apple and Microsoft and Google and Amazon and the rest, why are so many Americans poor? If the 401k promises you a retirement, then why is it we are in a retirement crisis? Here's the answer. Because 85% of you get out of the market too late. I fixed that with my color-coded chart, which tells you when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out. That's right, when to run like hell. Check it out. You get a free membership and the free color-coded chart for 10 days. Check it out, philsgang.com.
If you want to invest your money and grow your wealth, listen to this.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You know, I get so tired of listening to the same garbage every day, listening to the fake business news network telling you why you should buy this stock, why you should buy, and they're always wrong. Join my gang, philsgang.com, free for 10 days. You're going to learn when to buy a stock and when not to buy a stock. Hey, years ago it was different. You could buy a stock based on fundamentals. You could buy a stock based on earnings. You could buy a stock based on PE ratios. Those days are gone. That ended with QE. That ended when they financially engineered the market in 2008. Gone. Now you got to follow the money. And we have the knowledge because we have the chart. Pro 2 color code chart tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to run like hell.
For a limited time, you can join Phil's Gang free for 10 days.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Get the truth, get the knowledge, and understand how the market really works.
Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. Want to know more about Phil's Gang? Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
As you know, inflation peaked at over 9%. Well, now, last seen, inflation is down 2/3 from that peak, about 3.2% last seen. Now, that has occurred, and you just said this yourself when you talked about a soft landing. That has occurred while giving up almost nothing on the demand side of the economy. The labor market remains tight.
The issue in speaking with people all over the country, they want prices to go back to pre-pandemic levels. I mean, I think that's it. They're not looking for the rate of inflation to come down. All they know is that McDonald's used to be $10, now it's $20. Their car insurance used to be $1,000 a year, now it's $2,000 a year. Why do you think Bidenomics is not, or maybe the polls are just wrong?
First of all, wage growth has not kept up with the rising costs of so many basic things.
It's amazing, isn't it? That's pure right there. Nobody cares about the rate of inflation. All they care about when they go to the grocery store, they want to get their food. They want to get back to the prices that they were before the pandemic. They know they're getting screwed. And as I said, the grocery stores are the worst because they have big lobbyists. They work with the politicians to make sure prices don't come down because the politicians are so fearful of the deflation that they want to prevent that. So they don't want companies bringing their prices down. They want the companies to keep trying to put them up or go higher. But let's talk about this. So we know the S&P okay, these great returns, a bunch of crap, all right? But here's what's not crap. Here's what's the truth, the real truth, is that if you take, for example, the rally that we had coming out of 2008, and the other reason why we had that rally of 600% and 1,200% because of what? QE, financial engineering, right? That's all. Interest rates were at zero. And they kept rates too low for too long, and now we're paying for it. See, we're paying for that right now. That's what we're paying for. And they knew that. Those fancy pants and these educated nincompoops sitting around the table in the White House and everywhere else, they knew that, and they were laughing about it. They knew it. But they didn't care because the rich get richer off inflation. Remember that, because they have assets, they have artwork, they have vineyards. So I want you to think about this for a moment. When we hit that January 4th, 2022, and the NASDAQ was up 1,200, and the S&P is up 600, and it went right back down. It dropped right back down. It couldn't hold. And it went down about 30, I think it was around, dropped about 28%. 28% to that October 2022 low. Why did it do that? Why couldn't it hold? Because we didn't have any earnings. We don't have earnings. We don't have productivity. We're not putting money in business investment. It was all a sham. So you see, we're not done paying for that. You're not done paying for that, okay? It's like your kid. You give him the keys to the car. He cracks the car. He comes back. He thinks after a week he's okay. Oh, no. You're not done paying. That's what's going on with us. Now they decide to run the rally from that October of 2022, they're going to run the rally up to July of 2023. They're going to run that rally up about 30%. But wait a minute, how can they do that? Now catch this. The reason the market dropped from the January of 2022 to October of 2022 went down about 28% is because, again, that we had, first of all, inflation. Okay, we had inflation, but the yields were too high. Forget inflation. The yields were too high. Interest rates are too high because we went from 1.5% on the 10-year Treasury to 4%. So how could they run it at 4% from October 2022 to July of 2023, about 20%? How could they run it up 20% and you think, oh, this is going to hold? Did anybody think and say, oh, wait a minute, why is the rally from October 2022 to July 2023, we use 20%, why would that hold if rates on the 10-year Treasury are at 4%? When the rates were at 4% in January of 2022, and we gave that all up. The market went down about 30%. So why am I going to be so lucky with the rate still at 4%? It's going to hold. It's not, but nobody told you that. I told you that. So then the market dropped. It couldn't hold that rally either. So it couldn't hold the October 13th of 2022 to July of 2023. It dropped down to October 2023 now. So we had the October 2022. Now we got October 2023. Now they're trying to run, which rally we're in right now, they're trying to run it back up. And where are their yields? 4%. I could scream. Doesn't anybody get that? What's wrong? Why don't they get that? It can't hold. Because, see, when yields are at 4% on the 10-year Treasury, it won't hold. Especially tech stocks. They don't hold. The only reason why the rally went from October 2022 up to July 2023, the only reason why it rallied 20%, starting to give it back, is the only reason why it rallied like that is because they rigged it to rally. I told you this 100 times. They put a pool together, about $12 trillion, and the four biggest banks were told by Powell, go in and just buy Apple and Microsoft. That's how they got a 20% rally going against yields of 4% that already took them down earlier. Took them down 20%. So would someone answer me this? Now we're running off of the October lows Okay, October 27th. And we bought stocks because we're going to follow the footprint of money. That's the good thing. When you join our gang, you're going to find out what that means. You're going to follow the footprint of money. And that way, you're going to make money when the market's going down. You're going to make money when the market's going up. You're not going to get caught with this crap. So now we're sitting here. We know this. We know that our stocks are up now about 15, 17%. But we also know the yields are at, right now, the 10-year Treasury yields at 4.4. My God, that's higher than when the market crashed from January 2022 to October 2022. So there's no possible way the rally we're in right now, which we're up about 10%, can hold. But they're going to make it stay. They're going to rig it enough to get to the end of the year. I told my gang members again today that we're in these tech stocks. We got some beautiful stocks. We're making money. But we know what the hell we're doing. And we're going to turn around. We're going to take our profits and turn around just before the market collapses. We're going to short it. We're going to short it. And everybody else is going to get stuck. But I could scream out, get on the tallest building in New York and scream, does anybody get this? The market dropped when the 10-year Treasury yields at 4%. Why won't it drop now? It's at 4%. Nobody gives a damn. Oh, they will when this market crashes. That's why, look, join our gang, free for 10 days, and you won't get caught with this because you're going to follow the footprint of money, not the garbage. Not the garbage. And the other problem you got is there's nobody in Washington looking out for us. You see, think about this. The first thing they should be doing right now is say, we're not going to raise the debt ceiling anymore. But no, you know what the first thing they should do? They should immediately pass a law and do a moratorium for 5 years. No more payroll tax for 5 years. And the other thing, take the federal gasoline tax and get rid of that for 5 years. Get rid of that. Doesn't sound like much, the federal tax. Was it 5%? Doesn't sound like much, but sure does when gasoline starts getting costly. They should get rid of the... Why can't they get rid of the federal tax? Can't they? Sure they could do it. And withholding tax. Get rid of the withholding tax. I don't mean forever. A moratorium. That's the cruelest. That is the cruelest tax of all taxes. Taxing you on your labor. Taxing you on your work. So look, join our gang. 10 days it's free. And you always be on the right side of the transaction. And you don't have to worry about this garbage anymore. Or otherwise, all the money you got in your 401k, you're going to lose it. I'm not here to scare you. I'm here to tell you the truth.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. As the new year approaches, make a resolution to challenge yourself to become the best investor you can be. Phil Grande can take your trading to a whole new level. Innovative stock market investing tools and the experience of over 50 years combined to give you the edge in controlling your financial future. As a Phil's Gang member, you're taught the essential strategies of investing using stock charts, training videos, and seminars. It's information Wall Street doesn't want you to know. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com. Want the truth when investing in the stock market? Here's how.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. Listen to my radio show every day because that's where you're going to get the truth. You're not going to get the truth listening to these dopes on Fake Business News Network. The other day, Kramer said, don't listen to the banks. They're giving you wrong information. When he told you to buy Merrill Lynch, remember? And what happened? They went broke.
Get the truth at philsgang.com.
Join my gang, philsgang.com. Get the truth. And also listen to me on my podcast on YouTube and Rumble. That's philsgang.com. Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You know, over the years, I've successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, the advice, and the software that will take your investing to the next level. You know, I have a team comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. And the Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy, when to sell, when to hold, when to run like hell, even short. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. You don't have to be a seasoned investor to benefit from Phil's Gang and platform. No matter what level investor you are, my strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for the 10-day free trial. to see our platform in action. Avoid market pitfalls and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. To be a successful investor, you need to stay current with the daily changes in the economy and the stock market. Phil Grande and philsgang.com can be your guide to becoming a better investor. Try the free 10-day trial at philsgang.com for the working investor. From the opening bell to the closing, stay informed with what's happening in real time. The Working Investor program includes full access to the Phil's Gang website, a morning update on what to look for that day on Wall Street, a market wrap on that day's trading, plus seminars, training, and tools to help you become a better investor. Go to philsgang.com for a free 10-day trial. After that, it's just $59.95 a month for membership, daily updates, training, software, and the best investing advice every day. You can invest with the best. Phil Grande and philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. philsgang.com. There's a lot of noise out there in the financial world. Bank failures, interest rates, bonds versus stocks. It's a lot. That's why it's important to find a voice of reason that can guide you through these volatile times. Phil Grande and philsgang.com is where you can find honest, helpful guidance to successful investing.
Get the knowledge and understand how the market really works.
And for a limited time, you can join Phil's Gang free for 10 days.
philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grande. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back. So, look, the minute they changed the brokerage industry, where there was discount brokerage, they brought discount brokerage in, that was the end of that for investors, because everything changed. Up to that point, the broker would get you a good deal on stock. He was working hard for you, but he was making a big commission. Today's dollar, he was making like $200. The discount brokers came in, he was making $5 to $15. So they had to change everything. They had to go buy the stock first and then mark it up to you. And then the industry tried to put in a law. We tried to get a law in where there'd be a fiduciary agreement so that they can't get screwed. I mean, think about it. And never could get the industry to agree to a fiduciary agreement. And that's one thing they won't ever agree to.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
Our partners, our shareholders, and that. So you're on your own out there. Now, there's some good, brokerage people, believe me. I have some good friends that are in that business, and they work hard. But it's so hard to find somebody who's going to work for you, because most of these kids, they're told what, the morning opens the desk, they tell you, I want you to sell this amount of shares today, I want you to sell this amount of shares, because they went out and bought it. And they buy garbage. A lot of times they buy garbage, and then it's forced on them to sell it to their clients. So, buying and selling stocks with today's technology, and I'm not proud of this. I don't have a high school education. And what saved me is I'm dyslexic. And so being dyslexic, I do everything by patterns, right? And so it works for me. But all you got to do is just follow the money pattern. And you only do a few stocks. Do the most popular stocks. Like we have, again, we bought in October 27th. We bought J.P. Morgan, Bank of America, Citi, Wells Fargo. I mean, we didn't buy them all. Those were the group of stocks, banks I gave my gang members, and I said they could choose one or two. And then I did the same thing with, we bought that same day Microsoft, Apple, NVIDIA, Meta. So you stay with the same strong stocks. But now those stocks are all going to tank. But we'll be in a position to follow the footprint. And when all of a sudden the money is coming out, we'll see it in advance and we'll then sell short. You always got to be in a position to have that skill to sell short. You shouldn't be in the stock market because there's no way you can make money. And you got to stop looking at all these stocks. The best results my members get is when they stay with 3 to 5 stocks. 3 to 5. They start out with 6, and then we also have a little pool of stocks. But they start out with 6, and after about 3 months, 4 months, all of a sudden they're telling you, I started out with 6, but I'm making more money with 3, and I got such less stress. And the other ones who make good money are the people who do nothing but buy like spiders, or buy XLF, buy the ETFs. Because the beautiful thing about the ETFs, the weight always goes to the upside. In other words, unlike single stocks, the ETFs, that when things get good, it's always weighted to the better side. So if all you did was ETFs, and we'll tell you which ETF to buy, when to add, when not to add, when to sell short, so you're coached all day long. And you just get alerts from us. That's all. Try it. It works. It works. But you got to understand, this is a different stock market today. It's a different stock market. The discount brokerage is the worst thing ever happened to it. There's nobody on your side. And can you think you got an industry that keeps fighting Congress? They won't put a fiduciary agreement together between the broker and their client? How does that make it feel? Pretty bad. So going back to the stock market, yes, we're in this rally. But just remember this. The rally that we had from 2008 to 2022, why did it drop 20%? It couldn't hold because yields went up. Yields went up. And then from October 2022, we had a rally up to July 2023. It couldn't hold. Why? Yields are going up. And now they're trying to rally the market with the false promise yields aren't going to go up anymore. We're going to have a soft landing. And they're bringing you into a bear trap because all they want right now is get their clients out. This market's not going to see 4,770 or on SPY 477. If it does, it's going to hit it and then bounce right back off and drop. See, there's no way any rally can hold. And you got the proof right in front of you. And worse, if you think about it, you got some real proof. Don't forget, we also had the 2018 rally collapse. Remember, that was the one I said would happen? I said that on January 2018, I said it would collapse. And sure enough, I said that on January 2018, January 15th, and guess what happened? It collapsed. 2000, when was it? January 16, 2018, and the last week of the year collapsed. Last week it dropped. So again, if the market, the reason why we had the crash in 2018, that was about 18%. Then we had another crash, okay, in 2020. They called that the pandemic crash. It had nothing to do with the pandemic. It had to do, they drove rates up. See, once you get above that 1.5% with a 10-year Treasury, it's done. And then we had another, then in January 2022, it dropped again. And then it dropped again here in, I think it was August, the high. And so again, you got to ask you, why did each one of these drop? Why not one of them held? So why are we going to be so lucky to think this one's going to hold? It's not. It's not. But there's no reason why you can't ride these up, because these rallies are all hyped. They're all hyped. It's all lies. They lie to you. It's all hype. And let me tell you why yields are going to keep going up. Interest rates are going to keep going up. Because, as I said, they're scared to death that people hold off, not buy stuff, waiting for prices to go down. Powell, the White House, everybody's begging the corporations, the large corporations, keep raising your prices. Don't put us into disinflation. Keep raising your prices. Keep raising your prices. But when you're an investor, it doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't. You got to put yourself in a position when you open that screen up in the morning, it doesn't matter. Nothing affects us. See, that's how you got to invest. You got to be in a position that it doesn't matter. When you put the screen on, it pops up, you go, it doesn't matter. I don't care what these dopes are doing. What do I care? What are they doing? Raise rates, don't raise, I could care less. Because I got the technology, especially our color-coded chart that we designed, to follow the footprint of money. You don't have to follow fundamentals. Fundamentals don't help you anymore. And let me tell you something. As long as you got Democrats controlling, okay, they truly believe that debt has no relevance. They really believe that because remember, they always want to do social programs. Look at they open up the border. You know how much? Look how that's breaking New York City, right? All these social programs. So again, interest rate. So you're telling me interest rates are going to come down? Who's going to pay for all this stuff in New York? I see that on TV. It's unbelievable. San Francisco, same thing. Who's going to pay for all that? They're not going to raise taxes? Of course they are. So we are in an environment of higher rates. Rates are going to go higher. They were lucky. They could fake everybody out with 2 pauses to get this rally. And that's all it is. But they've been able to convince everybody, oh, no. The reason why rates are coming, the yields are coming down, rates are coming down because it's over now. Inflation's over now. They're not going to ever raise rates again. And we're in a Goldilocks environment. What are you, nuts? Hey, join our gang for 10 days free.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grande, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me.